It's Thursday. You know what that means. It's our last math lesson for the week. We made it! Nice work. We are going to be starting on page 127. Today we're going to do page 127, 128, 129, and 133. When we have graphs, the pages get a little bit longer just because the graphs take up more room. So for page 127, I think you'll be able to do that by yourself. What you're doing is you're counting the animals. So if you see one that has no legs, you'll put a little tally mark there. If you see some that have 2 legs, put a tally mark for those. And then if you see animals that have 4 legs, put a tally mark for those, okay? So you can do that for number 1 and number 2. And then if you flip the page when you're done with that, you'll see 2 more graphs. And I'm going to work through the one that says animal classification. So that's going to be on page 129 if you want to do that one with me, okay? So here I have, it's just what it looks like on the book, right? And so we're going to go through some of these questions and see if we can get some of the answers. So if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause and catch up, and then you can always look in the answer page too if you're confused, okay? So here I have my title of my graph right here. It says animal classification. And as you can see, I have birds, fish, mammals, and reptiles. So number 4, letter A, says how many animals are birds, fish, and reptiles? So birds, fish, and reptiles. So if I added up 6 plus 5 plus 3, what would I get? Did you say 14? 6 plus 5 is 11. 11 plus 3 is 14. Nice work. All right, letter B says, how many more birds and mammals are there than fish and reptiles? Oof. Okay, so we need to think birds and mammals. How many is 6 and 11 put together? That's 17, right? So write 17 down, and then we'll say minus, it said fish and reptiles. So fish plus reptiles, 5 plus 3, what does that equal? That equals 8, right? So what is 17 minus 8? Give you a second to think about it. 17 minus 8 is 9. So I would put on letter B, my answer is 9. All right, now letter C says, how many animals were classified? So how many are there in total here? So we said 6 plus 5, what was that? 11, good. 11 plus 11 is 22. And 22 plus 3 is, awesome work, 25. For letter C, I would say my answer is 25. All right, now we're going to go down to letter D. It says how many more animals would need to be added to the chart to have 35 animals classified? Okay, so if we said this was 25 and we want to get to 35, how many more numbers do I need to get from 25 to 35? Think for a second. Did you get 10? That is correct. Nice job. Letter E says, if 5 more birds and 2 more reptiles were added to the table, how many fewer reptiles would there be than birds? Okay, so when we have all of these words like this, I like to just think of it a little bit more in my mind. So if we had 5 more birds, so instead of having 6 birds, how many birds would we have? 11, right? So I'm going to change that on mine so we're not confused. And then it said, what was the other part? It says 2 more reptiles. So instead of having 3 reptiles, if we added 2 more, we would have what? 5, right? So here is my updated table. And my question is, how many fewer reptiles would there be than birds? So we're looking at the numbers 11 and 5. So what would be the difference? How many numbers are between 11 and 5? What is 11 minus 5? Did you get 6? That is correct. Nice job. All right, so that is page 129, which is great. If you have questions on page 128 or want to see the answers, I have a picture of the answers in Schoology you can look at. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I am going to read Problem Solver for you. It's going to be on page 133. So you can go there right now, and it's talking about someone named Gemma. So it says Gemma is counting animals in the park. She counts 16 robins, 19 ducks, and 17 squirrels. How many more robins and ducks did Gemma count than squirrels? So this is kind of going to be a little bit of a double problem, right? Because first, we need to add up how many robins and ducks there are first. So it said robins are 16 and ducks are 19. So we have to add that number together first, okay? So before you do anything, try to add those two numbers together. 16 plus 19. If you need to, you can use your place value discs to help you with that as well, okay? Then, once you get that answer, you're going to have a big answer, and you're going to figure out what is the difference, how many more of those did she see than the squirrels. So you're going to put that number on the top minus the number of squirrels, which is 17, okay? And then you'll find your answer. All right, we'll see you again. Not tomorrow, because tomorrow is Good Friday, and not Monday, because Monday is Easter Monday. So we will pick back up on Tuesday. All right, we'll see you later.